in my mouth. You see it on my lip and cheek? Ugh. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, you guys are going to witness me attempting to drop this engine in this frame. And I don't have a cherry picker or anything like that. We're going to try to lift this thing in there with my bare hands. Not practical. Might end up getting help. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try without busting this thing or my fingers. So let's get right into it. And if you're wondering why my toes are looking like that, or tires are looking like that, I'm working on the steering again. I got some advice. So I'm going to start working on kind of like my tie rods. I'm going to try and get new tie rods for it and work on a, I forget what it's called. It's double something point. So like these little 90s I have that connect to my rack and pinion. It's not safe. I mean, it's only one point that has to break, so I'm working on one that has 2 points that would have to break, basically. So it's stronger, 2 points instead of one. Kind of makes sense. So I'm not making another video on that, though. That'll just be on my own. But yeah, we're going to try and spin this frame around, get the back end right here, and just see how this is going to line up, sit the engine beside it, and just see how it looks on the side. So yeah, let's just get into it. Now for the fun part. See if my back can handle this. Oh, antifreeze in my mouth. Ugh. See it on my lip and cheek? Ugh. Dang. That's a big engine. Whew. Doing this just because I want to see how the exhaust is going to line up and where it's going to come out at, because I'm definitely going to have to modify it. I need to see how close the engine is going to be to the back of the seat. I'm going to have to put a heat guard there and everything, so I just need a little visual representation. Kind of a new day, kind of not. I just don't really remember where I left off in this video, so I had to go to the hardware store and get some bolts. I got some new engine mount, some new bolts for these engine mounts because I don't really have the same bushings, so the bolts were way too long. So I just got some smaller bolts that fit the thread pattern, and I'm just going to be making these engine mounts in this upcoming part of the video. So I don't remember where I left off. I just know I had to go get bolts, and I also replaced the bolts on my drive lines where the brake disc and the sprocket connects to that hub, or the that little adapter that's going to connect the two together by a keyed axle. So got those bolts replaced. Those are good now. Yeah, so I'm just going to start working on the engine mounts. Going to try and get these two and this one done over here in this video. Maybe even get these ones in. Hopefully, that'd be nice, because that'd basically be the whole engine mounted. I just have to make supports after that. And so, I don't really know if this video is going to be uploaded this week, or if my driveline video is going to be uploaded this week. But either way, I'm probably going to have to get the engine mounted before I can finish the driveline video, so I know the exact spacing, or the exact length of this axle I'm going to cut for it. So, yeah, let's get right into mounting this engine. Okay, we got the engine, the top mounts mounted into place, so now I'm gonna work on getting rid of this bottom piece and mocking up the exhaust pipes and seeing where it's gonna come out. So yeah, we'll get right into it. as you can see, we got a lot done in this video, and I'm really liking how it's turning out. So yeah, this is probably going to be it for this video. Still got to work on the driveline, and I still got to get those fully connected, and then work on my control arms, mount those, and the suspension back here, and then really just beef everything up, because obviously a lot of this is still going to be really weak in these areas. So a lot of cross bracing, a lot more stiffening up this frame, and then we got to sand this whole thing down and get it ready for paint. But that's going to be probably after I make sure everything is in working function. So still got to work on throttle cables, clutch, because I'm wanting to put paddle shifters on this. I'm still going to have to figure that out, how that's going to work. And what else? Got to redo steering again. Not necessarily the steering, just my tie rods. I'm getting new tie rods for it. But man, it's looking sick. I just got to step back and just take a minute to enjoy what I've created. And I'm loving it. Oh yeah, I still got to do the exhaust too, but something else. Really got to step back and appreciate what you've done in your life and just what you've accomplished. And that's important for anybody who's, anyone really, but just building something yourself. It's a sense of, I don't know, just accomplishment. And sometimes people, you just forget to take a step back and look at what you've accomplished. And really got to let yourself have the time to just be proud of yourself, and just got to let that happen. But yeah, anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all who are supporting the channel consistently, and even new viewers and everything. Just make sure you sub and keep following along for the progress, because this thing's going to be running here soon. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and follow for more.